What golden nugget of information do you have to share? If your older parents/grandparents are suddenly acting strange, get them checked for a UT. In older people, UTIs can cause a psychotic or delusional episode. What are the chances my parents have both had UTIs for 20 years? A 50/50. They either do or they don't. The math checks out. CTRL plus SHIFT plus ESC opens straight to the task manager instead of CTRL plus ALT plus DELETE and then manually selecting task manager. CTRL shift ESC isn't a priority interrupt though, so if it doesn't work you may still have to do a CTRL Alt Del. Also, you can right click on the taskbar to open task manager. Horses have a massive blind spot on the front and back of their body. If you are ever around a tame horse, keep a hand on their body while walking around them. This lets it know where you are at all times and decreases chances of kicking out of shock or fear. This also prevents them from kicking you with as much force. You need to stay very close to them for the full benefit. This is similar with goats, as they instinctively fight things coming head on and should be approached from the sides. Also, ears are the gateway to a horse's feelings. Pinned back ears indicates an anxious or angered horse. Pinned straight up indicates curiosity and focus. Saw a 3-year-old at my barn ignore this rule and run up behind a horse screaming. The horse was pissed, but he didn't kick. If he had, well, that'd be some mess to clean up. Those goddamn 3-year-olds never read the rules. Even though you have a VPN, it doesn't necessarily keep you hidden. If skilled people wanted to find you, there are many things that can leak your IP that you have to isolate and fix, such as IPv6 leaks, DNS leaks, and WebRTC leaks. Also, every add-on you add to your browser, it gives you a unique fingerprint that can lead back to you. You're not as secure as you think. Joke's on you. I used incognito mode. Hackerman intensifies. Artillery was responsible for over 70% of combat casualties in both world wars. And 4% of the sand on the beaches of Normandy are still made up of shrapnel. https n.m. Wikipedia org/wiki/war_sand. That is mind-blowing. Really drives the point home how it must have been hell on earth. I remember I went on a school trip to Normandy for a few days. We went down on the beaches and our teacher told us to have a piggyback race from the shore to the cliffs. Was so tough and so far. The piggyback was to replicate the weight of someone's full kit. Plus the fact that we didn't have machine gun fire or artillery or barbed wire or mines to worry about. Can't even imagine how insane it was. A moose can run 40 miles per hour through 6-foot deep snow. Terrifying. https://gfcat.com/am/boedkaragiaskama butterfly snow. Moose, sorry I gotta run deer, but what about the snow? Moose, what about it? Airline ops guy here. If you check in a bag at an airport with an hour or less before departure, it has a 50/50 shot of making it on the plane. Just like that saline. Bag security can back up too. I regularly see 30+ minute in screening statuses on bags. Then, it may be pulled for a hand screening and search. This is random and ZA doesn't care when the flight leaves. So now we are at about 25 minutes to departure and your bag has only just now entered the sort system. It will take another 5 to 10 minutes to sort out to the person who loads carts with bags. Here, the problem is that there may be 7 to 10 other flights coming off of the same conveyor belt. They have to see your bags tag out of maybe 50 other bags. So let's assume another 5 minutes. Your flight's bag cart was delivered plane side at an hour before departure. It is now 15 minutes to departure. The bag room has seen your bag and has it on the back of a tug racing to the plane. 7 minutes before departure the baggage compartments are closed and total weights are being submitted. Your bag has missed the airplane. TL. Doctor, please check in more than an hour before your flight if checking a bag or else it might not make it on the plane. So I should check in late. So my bag might be delayed and I can claim on my insurance $200 for new clothes? Actually, yes. I checked in late for a flight last year and my bag didn't make the plane. I had to buy new clothes and was reimbursed by the airline. Got a cute new swimsuit. I don't recommend this though. It took days for my bag to find its way to me, and made the start of a vacation quite stressful. Just fill your suitcase up with newspaper or something and get reimbursed. Foreign garment to be labeled made in USA. The process only needs to be started and finished in America. In the case of a certain ladies underwear line, the material is cut in USA, shipped overseas for assembly, then shipped back to America, where a seamstress sews a made in USA tag on the item. Source/underwear factory worker. It's crazy how it's cheaper to send clothing across the world to be assembled than it is to just do it domestically. Planet Money on NPR did a fascinating episode on the makings of a shirt and its travels around the world from start to finish. The earth wobbles really slowly like a spinning top. It takes about 26,000 years to come full circle. In the process, the northern star changes. This is called precession. It's one of 3 major changes in Earth's movements which are a part of the Milankovitch cycle. Precession occurs 26,000 years. Eccentricity occurs 125,000 years. Obliquity occurs 41,000 years. These cycles all have effects on Earth's climate. For more information, just search Milankovitch cycles. Armadillos give birth to 4 identical twins always. Yes. Just to clarify a little, they bear either 4 or 8 pups. They either have 1 set of identical quads, or 2 sets of identical quads. A scorpion can hold its breath for 6 days. So don't think drowning it will help you out of your scorpion problem. I can attest to this. When I was a young lad, my father brought a scorpion home from a mission trip as a sort of spooky gift for me. The thing was fully submerged in alcohol and lived for probably 5 or 6 days. It freaked me out so much to think it was watching me while I slept that I threw it away, jar and all. F scorpions. Please do not F scorpions. The first president of Zimbabwe was President Banana. It was also illegal to joke about his name in Zimbabwe, so the foreign press used to joke about his name more. If you were caught though, you were locked up with no chance for appeal. There are bronze statues of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Splinter at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, donated by their comics co-creator and university alum Peter Laird, recent grad from UMass. Really wish someone had mentioned this before. The concept of 3 square meals a day is a diet designed for people working physical labor in the early 1900s. Quality of diet and sticking to daily calorie limits is the only part that really matters. Otherwise, it really doesn't matter what time you eat. Although the 3 square meals model is indeed advantageous for day-long maintenance of energy levels. Basically, it's better to just eat when you're hungry than force yourself to eat when you should, so long as you're getting the proper nutrients, etc. The term square meal comes from the British Navy, where plates were square with raised edges to stop food spilling in rough seas. Speaking of golden nuggets of information to share, goldfish lose their color if they are kept in dim light or are placed in a body of running water, such as a stream. Also, goldfish actually get very large and live for a very long time, but most people don't care for them properly and end up suffocating them in ammonia. Yep. We kept goldfish in a huge water tank for our horses, and they lived for like 12 years and got huge. Edit, for those who are curious, the fish were put in the tank to eat the algae and mosquito larvae that can accumulate in large tanks. There are 3 ways to refer to a gathering of geese. 1. If they are on the ground, it's a gaggle. 2. If they are flying, but not in a V-shaped formation, it's a skein. 3. If they are flying and in a V-shaped formation, it's a wedge. The Outer Bridge Crossing is a bridge that connects Staten Island, New York to Perth Amboy, NJ. You probably think it was named that because it's the outermost bridge in New York City. Wrong. It's named after Eugenius Harvey Outerbridge. Wait, is Eugenius a real name? That's amazing. I'm calling my kid that now, so whenever he does something stupid I can go, gee, nice one Eugenius. In the 90s there was a Scottish indie band named Captain America, which was renamed Eugenius following a cease and desist letter from Marvel Comics. I had a heart transplant 5 years ago. When your heart is replaced, the surgeon has to cut the main nerve that gets the signal from the brain to beat. and or increase the intensity of the beat. Without this, Vegas, nerve, your new heart has no regulation and pumps blood out of habit. You no longer have a fight or flight response and your new heart beats at 90 plus beats a minute. The vagus nerve slows the heart. Epinephrine in your bloodstream, released from your adrenal glands in a fight or flight situation, can still speed it up, though. Also, congratulations on your new heart. I hope you have a great life. Newly registered nurse working on a hematology ward and learned that stem cells smell like sweet corn. Edit. Thank you all for the upvotes, award and heaps of useful info. Mentioned by a few in the thread. I believe it's the preservative solution that they're kept in that smells and not the actual cells themselves. My colleague also mentioned this when I asked about the smell. But thank you all for a very interesting thread. PM_me_your_stem cells. Yeah, this ain't my area of expertise. A single spaghetti noodle is called a spaghetto. I thought a spaghetto was a place where poor Italians lived. On a cold and great Chicago morn, another baby Italian is born. In spaghetto,